chemical process that is behind fertilizers is exactly the same as the chemical process that's behind TNT, toluene, which is explosives, chemical explosives. It's literally the same thing, nitrogen and ammonia, right? So it's more or less similar with nuclear bombs and nuclear power. So it's the very first nuclear bomb was a fission bomb. Basically, what we did is that we were splitting uranium. Right? So it's more or less the same thing with nuclear power. You're splitting uranium, but you're not allowing the chain reaction to be unsustainable, right? So fission is this splitting of a heavy element into two, and one of the fragments is usually this thing called a neutron.
Yeah.
And then this neutron is what you use to hit another uranium, and then it's going to split also, and then it's going to produce another neutron. So it becomes a chain reaction. So if you don't control it, it's going to become a bomb. So it's going to be an uncontrollable reaction and going to have this huge explosion. But if you control it, like the way we do in nuclear power reactors, they're not going to have a nuclear explosion. So it's impossible for a nuclear explosion to happen at a nuclear reactor. It can't happen.
But you have Chernobyl.
So that wasn't a nuclear explosion. Right? It wasn't the same thing as what happened in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. It wasn't the same thing. In Hiroshima and Nagasaki, there was that uncontrollable chain reaction where you had these neutrons hitting uranium, producing neutrons, hitting other uranium, and then you had the explosion.
So that is how that's basically how they make a nuke.
Yes. In Chernobyl, what happened is that it was more of a steam explosion. People don't care. People just know it's an explosion at a nuclear plant. But it was a steam explosion. It wasn't a nuclear explosion.
Oh, really?
It was a steam explosion. There was no what? You didn't have like a mushroom cloud similar to what you had in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Yeah.
Okay.
But people don't care, right? It's just an explosion.